which monitoring tool is the best to monitor like end-to-end infra tools, probably not necessarily tools, but applications, databases,
And
and so on. Yeah.
databases. So if I give the recommendation, right, so it will be contradicting with the organization, to be frank. So it's also coming like the cost optimization also came into the picture, like how much they usually give the cost to the monitoring tool. If I talk about Sumo Logic, Neuralink, Datadog, right? If I go with Datadog, they will be costing more but they're also giving me the features
Yeah.
like no other. To be frank, no other organization or monitoring company will give it to me, right? I need to think in a such a way, hey, if I can do some customization also into that, because if I go with Datadog, I don't need to do anything. They have their own plugins and everything set, right? But there is a cost also. What if
Yeah.
it will cost you double if you can do it with half of the cost with some other monitoring tool? So go with the data. If you want to just learn, go with Datadog, Neuralink, and Sumo Logic. But if it I talk about from the company perspective, you need to think about the cost basically.
Yeah.
Whatever you will give the solution, they will say, hey, how much cost it will take basically. There
Yeah.
will be some budget, right? You can't expend spend apart from that basically, out of that basically. So
Yeah.
yeah, I hope
That's
I
very
answer
true.
your question.
Yeah, it's very true, very true. But if you had to just, Suraj, list out all the monitoring tools that you have probably
Yeah,
used in
yeah,
your career as an SRE, that would be really nice. Yeah.
yeah. Go with Datadog, Neuralink, and Sumo Logic. See, if you want to play around the logs, the Sumo Logic is the best in the market basically. The If you they will give you the brilliant features. You can explore the machine throughout the log only basically. What went wrong and what exactly it is doing, what error it is giving, and the you can say the response of the Sumo Logic is it's very pretty much good actually as compared to others. So you can go ahead with the use case, I would say. If you are talking about the cost, go ahead and take the comparison of all of three of them. If you want, like, if you are not talking about any cost, then Datadog is the best. I would say
Okay.
at the end.
Okay. Very nice, very nice. Because I mean, like when we start using tools and so on, it may be more so for the feature aspects of it. But you mentioned a very nice point that when you are implementing it for an organization, it's more so about the costing aspects of the
Cost.
tool. And
Yeah.
because most of these tools do also have pricing based on the features that they provide. So if
Yeah.
suppose you want like Kubernetes based monitoring or just metrics and so on, there is a specific pricing. But if you want
Yeah.
logs, there is also a separate pricing for the logs because at the end of the day they use some kind of storage in the background, and that's
Yeah.
where we see the rise of SaaS based products in the market,
Yeah.
because these are software as a service, which means
Yeah.
that they are hosted somewhere. We just
Yeah.
don't know where they are hosted, but ultimately we are paying the price for the usage of the tool, right?
Yeah. True. True.
That's very nice. So what if suppose you had to think about some logging solutions, like some centralized logging solutions other than Sumo Logic and Neuralink and so on. Any other centralized logging solutions that you can think of?
I haven't heard anything best from the market till now, like Sumo Logic, and even Neuralink also provide the same with the less
Yeah.
cost. Uh, yeah, but I can go with only two, like whatever I learned or I have learned from these two on the use case or scenarios. I can go ahead with the Sumo Logic only, but I
Cool.
haven't heard anything which is came into the market better than this. So
Okay.
I can go with the Sumo Logic only.
Cool. So if we had to go ahead with an architectural discussion right now, and I had to
Yeah.
ask you an architecture in regards to how do you build your own centralized monitoring solution for, let's say, for three AWS accounts that you have with multiple applications and multiple infrastructure services that you're using. What would be your strategy behind this if you had to build one by yourself?
Oh, that will be pretty much
And
hard
I just
actually.
I'm putting you on the spot over here. So please forgive me for that.
So I will try my best to deliver the answer actually. Uh, so the monitoring thing is like the first thing is you need to create your agent. So there is a term called agent which will be run on multiple machines. So let's say the name is Suraj of that agent. It will collect the metrics on the basis of some. It will install in your machine and it will collect the metrics from daemon, whatever it is running like via application. Here is the catch: you install the agent. Your agent should not consume a specific amount of memory in the system or CPU. Otherwise, what will happen? It will you can say kill other services, which will be
Cool.
bad for you. So in a centralized way, I need to think about my agent should be consuming less energy or less memory, or what do I say? The the language behind to write a agent basically should be in a such a way. I don't need to go ahead and like I should implement the oops concept into them basically. I don't need to change one like go inside the code, do some change again and again. I'll do like writing something in a such a way, just in the end of the code I need to, hey, I need to add something new, I'll add it. Apart from that, like how do it will be send the metrics to my different account. So there will be some labels, tags. Like tags are our good friend, actually best friend, like while monitoring whatever the EC2 machine launching. So I'll go with that. So labeling part, I'll label it. Hey, this is coming from this account, and there will be a hash key also. There is a concept called hash key. Different account has its unique hash key attached to it. That's how if that hash key match, if I encrypting something, I'm able to get the hash code similar to that. Okay, this is what I opened the door. I'm able to get the matrix. Okay, this is what account I'm getting the matrix, and hey, I got the matrix from you. This is what I'm getting it. Your system is having this much CPU memory, or whatever your application is running on 200, giving the 200 code right to me. Okay, that's how I'll think about it. I think I roughly give the answer, but I'll try my best, like whatever I learned till now
Cool.
while working with
Cool. Cool.
monitoring.
Cool. Cool. Oh, very nice, very nice. So you have thought from an SRE perspective. So I love that. I love that you thought only from an SRE perspective. Now I'm going to think from the cloud perspective. I'm going to give you
Yeah,
guys an
yeah.
answer from the cloud architecture. So if Suraj has developed a monitoring agent called as Suraj, right, which is collecting my metrics and logs, what I would possibly do is have all these three accounts with all of my applications connected via a transit gateway, first of all. And then I would have
Okay.
a shared services account onto which an Elasticsearch or an OpenSearch cluster would possibly be running, right? And then I would go ahead and take all the infra logs of all the infrastructure services that are running in all the three accounts and send it out to an shared services S3 bucket, because onto that S3 bucket, I can go ahead and trigger an event driven Lambda function. And this Lambda
Yeah,
function is now going to parse and filter all of that necessary data and send it out to my Elasticsearch cluster, which is running in my shared services account. So in that way, I would install the Suraj monitoring agent onto all of my infrastructure, whether he has, let's say that he has developed one as a sidecar container for Kubernetes pods. Let's say that he has developed one version of it, which is for EC2 instances. And let's say that the Suraj monitoring agent also monitors Lambda functions, which is great,
yeah,
right? So now
yeah,
I would go ahead and try to plug in and play this architecture into all of my necessary infrastructure components. And then it would collect all of the monitoring metrics as well as logs. And within the
hmm,
Suraj monitoring agent itself, he has written some passes and filters, which he has learned from how he has implemented Logstash before. So now
yeah,
he
yeah,
knows as to how, some parsing and filtering can automatically be done with his monitoring agent itself just by writing some filters rules. And that automatically already filters half of my logs in terms of raw data. I'm going to
yeah,
take all of that as part of parsed data, send it out to the S3 bucket for more parsing and filtering event driven Lambda, send it out to Elasticsearch, and a very basic architecture in regards to
yeah,
how
yeah.
you could take all of your monitoring and metrics all the way to centralized dashboard. Of
Centralized
course,
way.
Kibana is sitting in front of Elasticsearch. Of course, you have OIDC based connectivity using OpenID connection with Cognito or probably with
Yeah,
Keycloak and whatnot for
key
your
close.
Kibana. So in that way, only authorized users can access that respective dashboards. I have created visualizations. I have created monitoring and metrics and alarms in accordance with an SRE like Suraj. So in that way, we have a proper end-to-end log analytics kind of solution for all of
Yeah.
my applications and infrastructure that's running in three of my accounts. A very nice architectural discussion. So that's where you need an SRE, guys. You need an SRE for this. You need a person
You
who's a
should.
cloud engineer, an SRE, a DevOps engineer in your organization to do all this for you. Very
You
nice.
should know how to do something with the help of other team member. Like a
Yeah,
DevOps guy should be there. Hey, this is how I automate it. You should pass these values so that I will take from that, and I'll build something with that. So that's how we used to work as siblings.
yeah. Very true. Very true. Very nice.